Today I want to share some news about this proposed community investment plan, but before I do, I have a few people that I would like to introduce that are with me here. And a couple of them will get a chance to speak here in a minute. Cindy Miles, if you would wave, Cindy, or stand up so they can film you, is the co-chair of the Community Investment Plan Steering Committee. Brian Fry, our newest City Council member for District 5, is the Plan Steering Committee member. Thank you, Brian. And John Schlegel, our Planning Director for Wichita-Sedgwick County Metropolitan Planning Department, is here with me. This draft, and emphasized draft, Community Investment Plan has significant meaning for our community. It begins by setting priorities for the future investment of public facilities and infrastructure such as streets, bridges, parks, libraries, water supply, sanitary and storm sewer, as well as fire and police facilities. While this plan addresses community needs and goals over the next 20 or so years, it's critical that we keep working together now to ensure the implementation and execution of this plan. As part of our continuing and growing community engagement opportunities, this doesn't work without the public's help. And it's critical that we get the public's feedback. So we're asking city and county residents to attend one of 4 upcoming open house meetings. We want citizens to weigh in on the overall direction of the proposed Community Investment Plan 2012 to 2035 for Wichita and Sedgwick County. Over the past 2 years, an 18-member committee jointly appointed by the city and county has been developing this draft plan with support from city and county staff. The final plan will come after more community input, and it will provide the framework for our economic goals, infrastructure needs, and quality of life opportunities. City and county government needs your help on making a plan and spending decisions that will impact our community for many years into the future. Please take a few minutes from your busy schedule, drop by one of our 4 meetings, and tell us what you think about the proposed plan. Before we take any questions, I want to invite Cindy and Brian to say a few words about the draft plan, and then ask John Schlegel to provide more details about the open house meetings and other opportunities for feedback. So, Cindy, would you please join me up here and share some remarks?
So as a committee, we have been meeting, as Mayor Longwell said, for the last couple of years. We've done extensive research. We've met with some community groups, some individuals. We've had a number of people come in and report to us so we could make some decisions regarding development of this plan. It's important that we have community feedback so we can develop a community that people want for the future in the city and the county. When this plan is adopted, it will help guide fiscal responsibility for our future. So we would appreciate it if you would come out and provide your input.
I would just like to reiterate that this was a cross-section of the community, the 18 members, and we had multiple opportunities for citizens' engagement to speak and concerns about some of the issues. But this is the next big piece of it, and we really need to hear from the community. We know there's a lot of challenges going forward, but the more opportunities that we have to engage with citizens and get more comments and suggestions and ideas before we get to the next step is very important. So I can't thank the committee enough for the service they put in, but I'm really looking forward to hearing more from the citizens. Thank you.
There's a variety of ways in which we are inviting the public to participate in this community engagement process regarding the Community Investments Plan. The mayor has already mentioned one of those, which will be a series of 4 community open houses that we will hold starting next Monday, April 27th, at the Alford Library. And then we will have one each Monday in each of the 3 subsequent weeks. May 4th will be at the City Arts Building in Old Town. On a May 11th, we'll hold one at the Wichita State Metro Complex up at 29th and Oliver. And then the last one will be at the Sedgwick County Extension Office on May 18th. And all of these events are come and go events. They'll be held from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. If you can't make it at 4 p.m., come at 5, and if you can't make it at 5, come at 6. There's no set presentation on any of these. These are come and go type events. In addition to the open houses, if your preference is to participate online, Activate Wichita will provide a summary of the plan and an opportunity for feedback. All that one has to do is to visit activate-wichita.com. And then in addition to those, we are making planning staff available to come to any group that wants to hear a presentation on the Community Investments Plan. All you have to do is contact us between now and June 12th, and that arrangement can be made by calling 268-4490. That's 268-4490. And then finally, I want to mention that the plan, the full draft plan, is available at communityinvestmentsplan.org. Just go to the website and you can access the plan, and that will provide another opportunity for feedback. With that, I hope that everyone will take these opportunities, one or more of these opportunities, to participate in this very important plan update.
I was just going to ask, and you kind of touched on this, but why is it so important to get feedback from the community instead of just putting a plan in place?
That's kind of government at its very basic level. I mean, we represent the community, and it's not Mayor Longwell's plan or Councilmember Fry's plan. It's the community's plan. And so we are serious about providing the framework with the direction that the community provides to us so that we can have a vision that carries us out to 2035.
Can you give us some highlights of the draft?
I guess that's my...
That's your job.
Yeah, it deals with both with land use policy, so there are a variety of different recommendations in the plan regarding how land uses should be located in the community. It's intended to provide guidance to the Planning Commission when it makes zoning decisions, and to the City Council and to the Board of County Commissioners when those types of cases come before them. It also a major focus of the plan is a urban infill strategy for the City of Wichita. We'll be talking more about that with the City Council at the workshop next Tuesday. The intent there is to try to encourage more development within the central established area or core area of the city, so that we get a higher rate of reinvestment in that area. And then finally, the plan offers up a number of recommendations on how how decisions can be made over the next 20 years regarding our capital spending for the community. That includes all of our infrastructure and community facilities. We identified early on in this plan that there's a gap between what we can reasonably project as a community in terms of the revenues that will be available for capital spending and all the wants and needs that have been identified by the community over the next 20 years. And that's a tremendous gap, and we need to figure out how to make decisions in a way that we can close that gap between revenues and what people say they want local government to spend.
It sounds like you said it's going to be a 20-year plan. What is, I guess, the main priority? What's like, if we were to say, okay, we have all these different things, land use policy, urban infill strategy. What would be the number one thing that you guys are really looking forward to addressing and kind of getting community feedback about?
All of the above, really. I mean, we want the community to share with us what's most important to them, including quality of life opportunities, green space, build out of infrastructure, what they want their environment to look like, whether it's urban or suburban. And so it's really, we don't want to guide any person in the community to what we think they want. We truly want to hear from them and allow them to provide the direction for us. What John said is critical. Some of that gap, though, can change depending on the economic opportunities that this community might be able to engage in and provide. And so those numbers certainly have an opportunity to shift if we're more successful with some new opportunities and job growth in this community. But certainly, it's at the end of the day, it's going to take finances, and we're going to have to develop a series of what's most critical and what's most important.
And the mayor just raised a very important aspect of this plan, is that the steering committee in putting this plan together wanted it to be an aspirational plan. That our original projections for employment and population and housing growth were pretty modest for this plan, and they weren't satisfied with that, and they asked us to come back with projections, realistic, feasible, more aspirational projections, so that we get that type of increased economic activity in our local economy.
Sorry, to clarify, when you said they weren't happy with that, who is they?
The steering committee
Steering
members,
committee?
yes, and you have two representatives here today from that steering committee.
He didn't want to infer or imply that they're just not happy people.
John, will you spell your last name?
Schlegel. No relation to Jake.
Okay.
What's your position or title again?
I'm the director of planning.
Okay.
Well, thank you all again for coming. We hope that you attend some of those community meetings as well and cover that. We think that's certainly very important, maybe even more important than this press conference. Certainly, we want to bring attention to that, so we would encourage you to do that, and certainly encourage the citizens to get to those opportunities so that we can understand your vision and direction you would like your city to go in for the next 20 years. Thank you all.